Hello, everyone. Welcome to our ENGIE OneHub webinar series. We're going to talk today about managing your partner portal. My name is Joey Moreland. I am our Director of Programs in our Marketing and Customer Engagement Group with specific responsibilities for our broker program. So I'm going to be taking you through a demonstration of the platform itself, and we'll probably have some time on the end for questions. Just a couple of housekeeping matters for everyone. The video is being recorded, and if you have questions, you will see a Q&A box on your screen where you can type in your questions, so we will see them there. Everyone else is on mute other than the presenters, so you won't be able to ask questions. Any questions you have need to go through that chat function. With that, I'm going to introduce my colleague Claire Malden from our sales team. Claire, can you say hi and say a little bit about yourself?
Hi, Joey. My name is Claire Malden. I've been with ENGIE for 8 years now, and I am on the national indirect sales team, managing our channel partners at a national level. I know, from frequent conversations with them that they utilize OneHub often, so I'm excited to be a part of this.
Awesome. Thanks, Claire. We'll hear more from Claire in our Q&A session in just a few minutes. So I'm going to get started here. I'm going to start by sharing my screen, and everyone will get to see the OneHub platform. So a couple of comments here before we go through the demo itself. First off, I want to note that we are in demo mode, so there are going to be certain spots along the way where you will see pieces of information that are blurred out because we don't want to disclose any specific customer information. Also, it's worth noting, give a little background on the platform itself. OneHub is a user interface. It is designed for you, our broker partners, as an external facing platform for your use and benefit. But it in and of itself doesn't house information. It is communicating with our other systems internally to pull information in and surface it up to you. So occasionally you may come across a piece of information and say, well, that doesn't seem to be right, or I think that needs to be updating. That's okay, but understand that that information is what's captured in our underlying systems. With that, let me start with a little tour here, and then at the end we'll take any questions. So when you log into the OneHub platform, you're going to start off on this support page. And what you will find here are a variety of these informational tiles. There are some here at the very top, and there are more down here at the bottom. This information provides a variety of details. Some of these are OneHub specific. There's a demo video here that you can watch. Some of them are market news oriented, and others are maybe ENGIE specific oriented. But this information is stored here. Again, it's for your reference, and would invite you to peruse it at your leisure. The other thing that you're going to notice on this page is this ticket box kind of in the middle, and the little button here for new tickets. So if you encounter an issue with the platform, or you just have a general question about something that you see in the platform, you can click on this new ticket button and fill out the fields here and submit it. This goes into our Fresh Desk ticketing system. It's the same system that our care center uses, and it'll make sure that your question is routed to the right part of our organization and is addressed quickly. Any of the tickets that you create will show up here, so you can see reference to them. Last thing I want to point out at the very bottom here, some other ways to get help and support. I want to highlight specifically your sales team. In your particular user profile, you will see specific sales individuals, and I always encourage our partners to use sales team as their first line of defense or their first reference. Oftentimes your sales team will know the answers to your questions or can help guide you to something, whether it's specific to OneHub or just a general question. So with that, let me take you through some of the other tabs and activities that are here in the platform itself. We're going to start up here with the agreements page, and we're going to kind of work left to right under the different tabs. On the agreements tab, you're going to notice some high-level summary information about types of agreements and transactions, and then you're going to notice the individual sub-tabs here below. Each of these tabs function in the exact same way. They've just parsed out the transactions by these different headers. I want to also highlight, you'll see here and in other places, these export buttons. A lot of the information that you'll find in OneHub is exportable and downloadable. So again, what you will find here is a list of your customer agreements, transactions that have been facilitated by you, and it's going to identify them by customer name. Again, this is one of the items that you see is blurred out. The customer names are blurred here. But this list is searchable. It is searchable by customer name. It's searchable by utility account number, our ENGIE bill account number, or our ENGIE agreement record. It's also filterable by date ranges. So there's lots of ways that you can kind of whittle down your list to find a specific customer. When you found the specific customer, you'll notice it's going to identify them by name. It's going to identify the number of agreements and service points that are under contract with ENGIE through that customer. And you're going to see a series of these little blue plus buttons that you can expand. And when you expand those, this first level, you're going to see detailed information about that customer's agreement. You're going to see references, you're going to see start and end dates, you're going to see pricing information, you're going to see contact information here as well. Again, it's blurred out in our demo mode. I want to highlight specifically this little button here right under contract. In the demo mode, this is not functional, but in the live mode, if you were to click on that little icon, that's going to download a fully signed PDF copy of the customer's contract. We know that's a frequent request of our broker partners to get a signed, fully signed copy of the contract. Certainly, simply come here to OneHub, find the particular agreement, hit that button, and download that document. Below the list of agreement level information, you're going to see a list of service points. It's going to identify those by the utility account number and a service address, again, blurred out here in our demo mode. And again, you're going to see another plus button here. Oops. There we go. That's going to expand the platform into another level of information that is going to be specific to the service point. Here, you're going to find, again, some information about the specific customer, specific utility account number. What I want to highlight are a few things here. There is invoicing information and statements information. You're going to notice this little download button here for the latest statement. If you were to click that icon, it's going to download a bill copy for you. It's important to note that bill copies are available anytime ENGIE has produced an invoice. So this is going to be in ERCOT, where we have a supplier consolidated bill, or in markets where we have a dual bill, where the supplier is producing an invoice and the utility is producing their separate invoice. Anytime ENGIE is producing an invoice, you'll be able to download those here. There is this icon for the latest one. If you click on the button here next to it that says View All, it's going to give a pop-up window. Again, you can download information here. This pop-up is going to give a bill history, again, where you can see past month's bills. And if you scroll over here to the right on the far side of this Actions column, again, you'll see another series of these little clickable buttons. These will download any of these specific bill copies that you're looking for. So if you're trying to find a bill from a few months ago, very easy to come back here and find that. Similarly, there is another pop-up here for usage history. So this is going to show invoice numbers, invoice amounts, and volumes, and activity of when those invoices occurred. Again, you can download this via the export button into Excel. Lastly, again, not available in the demo mode, but pop up here called the backing sheet. The backing sheet is going to be an Excel file. It's going to take you through the mathematical calculations of the charges that you see on the bill. So again, a lot of detailed information here available for you in regards to your customers' accounts and their billing activity. All that found in the Agreements tab. Next, I'm going to take you to our series of reports. There are a variety of reports available to you here. These are kind of canned reporting activities. This first one that I'm going to pull up here is the sales opportunities. What this is going to show is this is looking into our CRM system and is identifying all of the active opportunities that we are currently pricing for you and your clients. So you're going to find, again, a list of customers by name. It's going to have some internal references that we use and status and again, some additional reference information here. Again, you'll notice filterable, searchable, exportable, it's very common functions across the platform. I want to highlight for you particularly this button here under the status. This button here is what I'll say is the only kind of bi-directional communication item within the platform. I mentioned earlier that information comes from our other systems to OneHub in the surfaced here. This button, if you were to click this button, it actually feeds information back to our CRM. So if you were to come across a transaction on this list and you say, well, this shows it's still open with ENGIE, but in fact, we've already taken action with another supplier on that particular transaction, you could click the button here and it will close that opportunity out within our pricing system. Moving on to some other reports. The next one, invoice usage. That report does not run in the demo mode, but what that report will show you is similar to the pop-up window we saw under the agreements page where you can see invoice usage history for a particular meter. Same function here. You could come here, you can drop in that meter, and it'll pull that list for you directly. The service points report is particularly useful. Again, common layouts, you're probably picking up on a theme here where it's identifying the customers and the utility account numbers. This is a list of all the service points under agreements that have been facilitated by your firm. What I want to call out specifically is this column here under status. We get a lot of questions about, is a particular meter been enrolled already or not? You can run this report and you can monitor that list via this status. You'll see items here listed as active. That means it is enrolled and is flowing. These ones that are noted as pending are sites that are queued up for enrollment in the future. You'll notice that this particular transaction has a start date in November, so later this year. You also see some in here that have been final billed, so if they've already concluded, and a couple of other minor statuses. But again, you can come here, you can run this report in whole, you can filter it down by customer, you can export it and do additional filtering, but get all of your information that way. A late payment report. So this is going to identify customers who are late paying. It's going to identify the customer, it's going to identify their due dates, amounts outstanding. Specifically, what I want to call out again here on the far right under this action column, if you were to click on this particular download icon here, it's going to produce a bill copy related to the particular outstanding amounts. So again, we often get questions about, we just need a bill copy and we'll get that bill paid. You can come right here and get a copy of that. Our last report here is our drops report. And I'm going to just change our date range here. The drops report is going to give you information about accounts that have dropped. And specifically, again, you're going to find customer and utility information, statuses about when it dropped, and references to whether it is dropped early or not. Again, these are filterable, searchable, exportable. And I'll make note here for these two columns, say service points, drop code, and drop reason. These particular ones show NA, but depending on the market that the utility, where the account is located, that feeds certain information, EDI information we get back from the utility to give reasons for why accounts drop. Sometimes they drop early or they switched away or some other reason. So you will see information here as it is available. The Legacy Reports tab, I'm not going to touch on that today. There are only a couple of broker firms that use that. For the vast majority of you, it's not going to have any information available for you there. That's an item that is legacy by its name, and we'll be transitioning to some additional reporting at some point in the future. Our next tab is the Portfolio Management tab. The idea behind this is to give you kind of a 50,000-foot view of your customers and to identify customers who are either, maybe if they're in a fully fixed price contract or if they're on some form of index or block and index type structure. This is going to indicate an open position. So if you're on a fixed contract where you're 100% hedged, it's going to just describe it as 100% here. Alternatively, if you're on an index contract, it'll show you if you're completely unhedged, it'll show 0, or it may show some percentage if you bought some blocks and things. The intention here is to give you all just some ideas of where some of your customers might have market price exposure and opportunity for you to engage with those customers if they want to take some mitigating actions around that. Our next tab is our Commissions tab. I will note that some users will have access to commissions, other users will not have access to commissions. That decision is driven by your broker firm's management. So it's a simple toggle switch on our side, but this information is restricted at the discretion of the broker firm's leadership. So if you do have access to the firm's commissions, you'll get access to this tab, and I'll walk you through what you're going to see. So the overview view that you're seeing here is going to show a couple things. Graphically, it's going to have some historical and projected commission payments broken out by month. So you can see what activity has occurred in the past and what is expected to occur in the future. And then down here at the bottom, you're going to see some references to past commission cycles. And you're going to see these action buttons here again. If you were to click on the download button here, what this is going to download is the exact same commission statement that you receive coming out of our commissioning system every month. So if you're used to seeing that spreadsheet with lots of granular detail, you can come here, you can download the exact same copy of the file. We are continuing to send out those statements just as we've been doing, but here is just another location where you can access those. I want to drill into some of the commission reports. All right, come on. Sometimes our Wi-Fi here in the office is a little spotty, so I do apologize. See what we're going to do. We're going to just refresh this briefly. Okay. So I'm going to drill into a particular commission report here on the partner overview. And what this is going to pull up for you is a breakdown of all of the commission items that occurred on that particular payment batch. You're going to see some summary information up top here in the blue bar. Again, searchable, exportable. Then you're going to see a breakdown of individual commissioning activities. And you'll notice there's a series, again, of the little blue dots here. You can drill into any particular agreement and see activities of commission payments. You can further expand that by individual meter number and see information. And I want to call out this one in particular. You'll notice this is a negative number. There's been some adjustment here to the commissioning activity for this particular agreement. And again, you're going to find all the details of what was going on. Why was that a negative number here? You can see the math calculations, but then you're also going to get a description of what has taken place. And we can see here at this one, this was a volumetric true up for this particular meter, where there was a prior payment and then an adjustment. So again, very easy to drill in and see lots of detailed information that corresponds to this specific commissioning statement. And then similarly, if I copy this agreement, you can also research and get additional details for particular customers in both a forward view and a backward looking view. So we're going to start with the forward view. So what this forecast report is telling us is providing us information about future anticipated commission payments that will occur for this particular agreement and the meters underneath it. You can see its plan, you can see the projected dollar amounts and the dates. So again, you can kind of look forward and see what future payments you can expect to receive around this transaction. I will call out the big red banners that are here on some of these. All of our forward-looking views are estimates. They are subject to the performance of the customer. The contract details is very similar. It's the backward-looking view. So again, you can search for that same contract. And it's going to show past activities for that same contract and meter. So again, lots of functionality here under the commissions tab. Again, we get a lot of questions from our partners wanting to understand specific commissioning accounts and specific commissioning activities around a customer. Very easy to come in here and perform some of your own research. Last tab I want to show you all is the market pricing tab. If you have used this function on our website, it is the exact same functionality and the exact same information where you can get access to market information. Simply follow the prompts here to select the market and type of pricing that you would like to see. And it's going to pull out a list of that pricing data, market pricing data. Again, it's exportable here, so you can download this into a spreadsheet, use it for your own analytical purposes. But again, we've attempted to make OneHub kind of a one-stop shop for you all, so this information is here as well. With that, that is the end of the formal tour. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to go back to Claire and open it up for any questions.
Awesome. Joey, OneHub's come a long way. I feel like we've added a lot of things. Some of it's new to me. Great things. We're having a few questions pour in right now. One that I'm seeing pop up a few times: when will natural gas be included in OneHub?
That is a great question. So natural gas is incredibly close. In fact, we're doing user acceptance testing right now. If that is completed successfully this week, it will go live this Thursday. If we encounter any little bumps in the road, that may get delayed a week. But we've been working on this for a long time. But for the moment, the demo you all just saw contained only electricity contracts, but very soon you will also see natural gas contracts. Just to give you kind of a visual of what you will see there, it'll have all the same functionality under that agreements tab. There will be an additional little icon next to each agreement that's either a lightning bolt or a little natural gas flame to indicate whether it is a gas agreement or power agreement. And then obviously you'll see some of the nomenclature, the units of measure and things like that. but you'll be able to see much of the same information there for gas contracts as you do now for power contracts. So stay tuned here for just in the next few days, you'll see that.
Exciting news. Awesome. So I like that you showed us the sales opportunities tab. And to take that a step further, do you know when partners will be able to create their own pricing requests and refresh deals that are already pricing in our system? Be a little more autonomous? They won't need to reach out to Claire all the time?
Great question. So I can't give you a definitive timeline. I will say that is on our drawing board. In broader terms, I should let everyone know that while we're very proud of what OneHub can do now, we're not simply resting on our laurels. There is a substantial backlog of activities and other functionalities that we want to build. One of those is just as Claire described, self-service pricing. The caveat to why I can't give you a time frame to that is, as I mentioned earlier, OneHub is simply surfacing information, and some of those functionalities are dependent on enhancements within some of our other systems. So that kind of broadens the universe and our level of control. I can't give you a definitive timeline, but do know that is definitely on the roadmap to deliver to you all via OneHub.
Awesome. Glad to hear it's on the horizon. Let's see. When will deal confirms come from OneHub? Is that on the horizon?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. It is on the horizon as kind of a formal document. Deal confirm means different things to some of our different partners. I would highlight that the information that you can find on a deal confirm is already all in OneHub, is all there and accessible. What's not there is something we can build is kind of a neat little summary report file, which is what some of our partners are used to seeing. So that is in the works, but again, the information is all there. I would also note that in terms of timeliness, the data in OneHub is refreshed nightly. So if you booked a deal yesterday and it was booked completely within our systems here yesterday, that information should appear in OneHub today. Occasionally you might have a one-day lag, but generally it's pretty timely. So again, confirm document in the works. Information that comes in that confirm is pretty much already there.
Awesome. That was actually my next question, is how long does it take for a closed account to get into OneHub? Awesome. Let's see. How do I gain access to this portal?
Great question. So the simple and short answer is contact your ENGIE sales account manager, and they will facilitate setting up a user profile. The vast majority, if not all of our active broker partners, have at least one user on the system. If that person is not you, that's okay. It is easy enough to add additional users to the platform. Reach out to your sales team, and they will facilitate that happening. It's a really simple process on our side to create that information. The only particular guidance we need is whether the new user or set of users should be granted access to that commissions tab or not.
Awesome. Hopping back to the pricing opportunities, do those include both Express and Siebel pricing requests? Is it everything from our system?
Yes. That would be the intention.
Okay, awesome. So hopping back to the commissions tab, are we able to provide a forecast for future months' commissions?
Yes. In that overview tab, where it had the nice pretty graph, it is scrollable from left to right. And so you can look back and see past time periods by month, and you can also scroll forward and look forward. Again, keep in mind, those are forecast projections based on what is booked and what is assumed performance by the customer. As we all know in this business, the customer doesn't always consume the exact amount that is forecast. So do understand that when you actually get a commission payment for that time period, it's not going to tie to the penny to that forecast, but it's going to give you a pretty good indication of where things are.
Okay. Someone asked, if we have questions on commissions, do we generate a ticket in OneHub or use the support email we've used in the past, our care@ENGIE Resources? Which one is faster?
They're all going to route to the same place, so it's probably more a matter of convenience for you. But I guess I would encourage you first to explore the information that is in OneHub itself. We've worked very hard to anticipate the questions and types of information that our partners are looking for. And so I would hope that many times you can find the answer to your question inside the platform itself. But of course, if there's something that's not there or you still need help, those traditional channels are all still available.
And here's another good question. Will all tickets that are sent to the care team, whether it's through OneHub or through the care@engieresources.com email, be visible through the OneHub portal, or is it only the ones that are submitted through OneHub?
That's a great question. It is the latter. The tickets that are submitted through the portal will show on the portal. If you've reached out separately directly to the care team, those tickets will not appear in the portal.
Awesome. Are reports able to be scheduled to be received by email on a regular basis, or whatever cadence we would like them to be?
That is one of the enhancements that we do have in our development queue to do just the things you described, to schedule reports, self-select schedule reports, and then have those sent to you. We have a whole variety of email functions that we want to build out in the platform as well. So not just having reports sent to you, but other forms of communication. But yes, not available today, but that is scheduled for the near future.
Okay. Will monthly commission files still be emailed? And is this commission detail more for looking into things?
Yes, the commission statements will still be sent out. We're not changing any of that. And yeah, the intent of OneHub is to provide some additional detail, additional context. Again, depending on how familiar you are with our commission statements, they are very detailed in and of themselves, and they kind of have their own language to them. And if you're conversant in that, spectacular. You're getting what you need, spectacular. If that's a little foreign to you, or some of it's not clear, again, we've tried to surface information inside of OneHub to make it a little more relatable to the lay user.
Under the service points tab and under the report, why do some of the addresses say null?
That is going to tie back to utility designated data. Again, this apologize kind of gets in the weeds a little bit, but when we pull back information from the utilities, sometimes that data is blank, and so it would report as null there.
Okay. Move-ins. Here's one about move-ins. Whenever they're rejected, are they going to be housed through OneHub along with their rejection code?
That's actually great feedback. So in that service point status, you can see statuses that indicate that they're in the process of move-in. But as far as getting move-in rejections and things, those that's not built, but that's something I'm going to add to our list, because I think that would be a great feature to incorporate.
As of right now, it's, us as sales reps, we receive that email from transaction management, and then we parse it out to our channel partners. That would be a great enhancement.
Yep.
Let's see. When will brokers be able to add new meters to existing agreements through OneHub?
Another great question. Another item that's on that development backlog. Again, it's going to fall into kind of that similar realm with the pricing. It's pretty easy for us to design and build things within the OneHub platform. It's where it then becomes an action within an affiliated system, where again, we're kind of, it's a little bit out of our direct control with respect to timing, but that is another function that is on the wish list.
Okay, 2 more quick questions. This is a really good one. Can you check tax exemption status within OneHub?
There is not a specific flag for that, but again, that's another great feedback item.
Yeah.
Because I know that exists in our other systems. It's simply a matter of having that port over into OneHub. So I'm gonna add that one and see if we can turn that one around quickly.
Okay. And then our last question, what do we have to look forward to up and coming for OneHub in the next 6 months to a year? Give us a little bit of a projection here, something to look forward to, Joey.
So we've touched on a lot of them. As I mentioned earlier, there is a lengthy backlog. The gas activity is a big one. We've been working on that for quite some time and are very excited to push that into OneHub. We talked about reporting and some of the dynamic reporting. Again, we're not trying to spam you with constant information or emails, but we know there are some current processes where our salespeople are getting information from other teams and forwarding it on to you. We'd like to become more efficient around that. We would like to become more efficient in some of the reporting, so that again you can just go right into the platform and see some of this information. So we got a lot of that in the backlog, along with that email communication functionality. Another item which maybe doesn't sound that exciting, but again will add kind of to the efficiency is we're working on a broker user admin function. So you asked earlier about adding new users. What that function would enable is there would effectively be an admin user at the broker firm, and they can then go in and add additional users as their team changes and others need access. So
Awesome.
Again, another thing, just kind of speed things up, make things more efficient.
Awesome. Very cool. This is a great demo of our system, making our channel partners' lives easier, our lives easier. It's a great tool. And more enhancements to come. I always say to my partners, if you have any suggestions, please forward them to us. I think, Joey, you and I will collect all of that information from our internal sales reps. The more suggestions we can collect, and the more feedback, the better.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Again, we built this platform for our broker partners. We didn't build it for us. We built it for you. We love to get feedback, good and bad. And if there are opportunities for enhancements, we want to hear from you. It is just as Claire said, we want to make your lives easier, make them more efficient, and get you the information that you need. So please share any of that feedback with your sales teams. They'll get it routed back to me and our technical team. And we'll get things addressed.
Awesome. Thank you, Joey.
All right. Well, thank you, Claire, for pitching in. Thank you, everybody, for participating. Again, this is being recorded, and you will be able, in a few days, to be able to go back into the OneHub platform, and you'll see one of the little tiles for this video, so you can go back and watch it. If you got questions, you want to kind of see, how did you do that again? That sort of thing will be available to you there. But otherwise, thank you. We appreciate you as partners. We appreciate your feedback with this platform. And that's it. We hope you have a great rest of the day and rest of the week.
Awesome.